That's dark as fuck.
Sick, dude. No, I don't think it's too dark.
You don't think it's too dark?
We got a head bob the whole podcast, so.
Yeah, sure. Alright, let's do it.
Welcome back, boys. Ladies and gents. Oh, did you get the hat in the show?
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
love it, dude.
That's sick.
It's a little tight, though, still. I have to
Yeah.
stretch it out to make it
Got
fit.
it.
But
Wear it in.
I love it, dude.
If anyone can read what's written on Nick's hat, we'll send you a free t-shirt. We got some merch.
We also got
New merch
wide
out.
angle, dude. Wide effing angle.
So if you can read Nick's hat, then you win a shirt. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mishima, Life in 4 Chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, welcome, by the way.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Back.
Monolith Film Club.
Podcast.
Welcome to
whatever.
the club
Podcast
if you're
club.
new.
Podcast club.
We want those member fees, asshole.
Yeah.
So Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters. Paul Schrader.
Paul Schrader.
1985.
Yeah.
I think 85, yeah.
Yeah. This has been on the list for a long time.
I think so. Yeah.
This is like 2-something years has been on the list,
Yeah.
maybe, of a to-watch
1985.
movie.
Yeah.
It's fun. We're kind
Yeah.
of breaking away from our usual little B horror stuff, and
You know, just review whatever the fuck we want to review at this
Yeah.
point.
Is this everyone's first time watching it?
Yes.
no, I'd seen the first 3 chapters, and I never saw the end.
Oh, weird.
And then I said, "Oh, we're gonna do it on the podcast." So I was like, "Oh, we'll do it next week," and I just waited to watch it, and then we didn't watch it.
Wait,
for
so you
2
watched like
years.
the first 3 parts of the movie?
Yeah, pretty
Oh.
much.
Like years ago.
Years ago.
Yeah,
Then when I
okay,
said, "Oh
okay.
fuck, I'm gonna save the end for the podcast."
Yeah.
Save the end for the
Classic Gillen move right there.
So when you rewatched it, did you
Yeah.
watch the whole thing, or did you just watch
No,
chapter
I
4?
watched the whole
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
So it's Mishima in 4 chapters. And the 4 chapters are beauty, art, action, and the harmony of pen and sword, or is it sword and pen?
I think penance.
Pen and sword.
Alphabetical, right?
I don't think it matters.
So the movie it's a biopic. It's a biopic about
Mm-hmm.
Mishima, the
Yeah.
Japanese author.
Mhm.
Right? I didn't prepare a summary, so I'm kind of winging it. But chapter 1, beauty. Each chapter is interlaced with memories
Mm-hmm.
of Mishima's past.
Mhm.
Current day events. The current day being the day that Mishima invaded.
He like storms the
Storms the,
military
yeah.
building, something.
And adaptations of 3 of his texts. I'm not sure if they're plays or novels.
I think they're supposed to be novels.
Yeah?
I
Okay.
think.
Well,
I've heard
I'm not
people-
sure
It
actually.
doesn't have to,
I know
guess.
The first one, Beauty, Act 1, Chapter 1,
Yeah.
Temple of the Golden Pavilion. I know
Mhm.
that's a novel.
Okay.
But I've heard people call Kyoko's House a play.
Maybe.
Could be.
So I'm not sure. Anyways, so
Mhm.
the 3 adaptations are Temple of the Golden Pavilion, Kyoko's House, and Runaway Horses. Temple of the Golden Pavilion is about these 2 dudes who are handicapped. One has a
Yeah, like a club foot, and the other
One
guy's
has a-
Yeah,
yeah.
clubfoot.
A
The other one has a
stutter.
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 Yeah.
They both
Bang chicks, dude.
bang chicks. I think they work at the pavilion. It's never explicitly said in the movie,
Yeah.
but in the book they work at the pavilion,
Okay.
at the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually he becomes obsessed with the beauty of the temple and he destroys it. Whatever, not important. Kyoko's House is about this guy who's trying to be an actor,
Mm-hmm.
and he ends up being involved with this gangster woman who they end up in a sadomasochistic relationship where murder suicide is the peak climax.
Mm-hmm.
Runaway Horses is basically a prediction of the events of November
20th?
20th,
I think
November
so.
20th,
Yeah.
the day that Mishima stormed the military base.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Did you guys have a favorite chapter?
Ooh. I mean, visually,
Yeah. I mean,
chapter 3, Runaway Horses has probably the most...
mm-hmm.
I don't know, because none of my favorite shots... I find that's the most visually striking chapter,
Okay.
but my favorite shots are not in that chapter.
Interesting.
Maybe
Okay.
I don't know.
Mhm.
You know what I mean, though?
I think I know what you mean. I mean, I dislike the second chapter, I think. I don't find it that brings anything.
Really?
I
to the
feel you.
story.
The second chapter kind of feels like in Mulholland Drive
Okay.
when the director finds Billy Ray Cyrus in his house, fucking his wife, kind of thing. It felt like that a little bit.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean?
Just an aside.
No, but the second chapter kind of felt like that. It kind of felt like goofy a little bit.
I felt chapter 3 was useless.
Oh yeah,
because like here's chapter 3,
and he actually does.
And then chapter 4 is just the same thing, but in real life.
Yeah.
I felt like chapter 2 lent a lot to the insights of like the whole reason of the biopic and using this format of 4 chapters and adapting 3 of his works is to kind of paint this. Use kind of an abstract technique to paint a portrait, right? Instead of just the usual biopic where it's chronological. Here's his life type thing. It's more about the inner workings of Mishima and less about the actual events in his life.
True.
So, and I felt like chapter 2 is important in that regards.
When you put it that way, I think so. Yeah, but I think chapter 1 was my favorite.
So I think the reason because the memories that are interlaced in each chapter are chronological.
Yeah.
So I think Paul Schrader probably chose these 3 texts to adapt in that order for a specific reason. And I think the progression from the Temple of the Golden Pavilion, where he's questioning beauty.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of questions in the Golden Pavilion. In chapter 2, in Kyoko's house, it's a lot of answers to those questions. It's a lot of him saying, "This is what beauty is. This is what art is.
Sure.
These are my goals." And it's the character achieving those goals through some suicidal, sadomasochistic relationship with this gangster.
Yeah.
And in real life, Mishima exploring his own body and his own sexuality, it's implied, and becoming art, right? He starts becoming an actor and becoming a model because he wants to be, there's a quote in the movie where he says he wants to be the seer and be seen.
Yeah.
So I feel like chapter 2 is almost like the most important one. That's the pivot.
Really? Okay.
Maybe,
I agree.
But like visually, it's lacking compared to the
Oh yeah.
Except for the fourth chapter. The 4th chapter is just like cinema verite running around.
Yeah.
Doesn't really count that one. But between the 3 chapters, I think the 3rd one is very striking and good effects in it too. Fucking hard effects and a lot of camera movement. It's tough stuff. The one where the assassin is breaking into the politician's house.
Oh, when he cuts the
fucking
that was
cool.
cool. Yeah,
sick shot where the background wall just dissolves away. You see the trees outside. He cuts the wall open. You don't see the wall. Comes in and then the wall.
That was very cool. That was very cool.
Very, very cool. But I found it interesting. This kind of this way to set up a biopic where it's like separated rather than like chronologically. They're doing it by theme, so you kind of get. He's like, oh, what is beauty? Oh, art is beauty. You know, how do you get to this final art, this final beauty? Oh, I gotta kill myself at the end.
Yeah.
You're kind of moving forward thematically rather than chronologically.
Yeah.
Well, I saw there's a connection there to Kierkegaard's stages of life. The aesthetic to ethical to religious.
Yeah.
Those stages of life. And the religious, in Kierkegaard's writings, the religious is explicitly the religious in a connection to the Christian God. But obviously here, you can apply those same stages of life, but not in terms of Christianity, in terms of Mishima's own personalized religion of the emperor and the
pureness
tradition.
of Japanese tradition.
Purity,
I find that kind of came out of nowhere a bit. It didn't seem like his like, I don't know if his brain snapped later in life to become this kind of militant samurai guy. But I didn't really feel that the fucking
the original weeb.
Yeah, the seed wasn't planted earlier in the plot to see him,
I feel
growing up.
I agree. Like that's the thing about this movie for me is like I love the ideas in it. I had a hard time watching this movie.
Really?
I had a hard time watching it. I wasn't pulled that hard into it.
Okay.
And I feel like that's one of the reasons why, right? Like it's like because I know Mishima's life. This all really kind of happened where he like stormed the thing.
Yeah.
Did the Sudoku, you know. But I don't know. It just felt like I don't know. Like I was expecting a really really Japanese movie, and I felt like it was very like westernized.
Well, it's Paul Schrader making it.
It's Paul Schrader, you know,
Yeah.
but it's like I was kind of like, you know, I was like super into it in the beginning, but then you started narrating. I was like, fuck, the narrator's speaking English.
Well, I think there is a version with a Japanese narrator.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know, but I was just like super like, who cares what version? I do all the versions Japanese narrator.
Yeah.
I was also hoping the whole thing would be in Japanese.
Yeah, like it just felt very like Americanized to me, like
Yeah.
that soundtrack, like
I
But
enjoyed
the
the
thing is-
soundtrack. I found the
Yeah, but it was
music
very- it was
I
very,
thought it
like-
was awesome.
a
Yeah.
Western film kind of.
But the thing is, too, generally, I'm generalizing. When an artist makes a biopic of an artist, it's usually at least semi-autobiographical. And
Yeah.
if you look at Paul Schrader's filmography, similar to Herzog, I wrote this down in my notes, where they like to focus on similar protagonists. People who are loyal and faithful to a hyper-personalized ethical system. People who are highly misunderstood and unable to communicate regularly.
Yeah,
That's a theme that we explored when we talk about Herzog a lot, and we haven't done any Schrader films, but I mean Taxi Driver,
Yeah.
First Reformed,
I never saw that.
Raging Bull.
Yeah.
Rage. I've never seen it,
Okay,
but is what I'm saying? Does
a
that
little
resonate
bit,
with
a
Raging
little
Bull as
bit.
well?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I feel like Paul Schrader, at least in some regards, feels that way about himself, and so it is an American film, but I think it's also meant to be a Paul Schrader film.
Yeah. I mean, I
Right.
was expecting more violence though for Paul Schrader.
Me too. Yeah.
There's
Oh,
always
yeah?
like a big climactic blood fest or something
Really?
at the end, near the end. That's what I
Yeah,
was
it's
expecting.
true.
The fourth chapter, I'm like, oh, they're gonna go in shooting. Everyone's gonna get sliced up or something.
Yeah.
And nothing really happens.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just felt like very. I was kind of. I guess I was a little disappointed, too,
Really interesting.
in the style of the movie. Like the movie was very good.
Very stylish though.
Yeah.
The style's fucking.
No, but the
killer.
type of style. I
Okay.
wanted more Japanese style.
That's weird because I feel
Okay.
like it's super Japanese.
Pretty
Uh,
Japanese.
I mean, I feel like all the. So I want to touch on what you said
There's a
first
sword.
before I go on,
Yeah.
because you mentioned that you felt like his switch in worldview
Yeah. Idealism.
kind of
or
happened
something,
out of
yeah.
nowhere.
Mhm.
But I think this to me the seed was planted. It was
Mm-hmm.
planted in the depiction of his childhood as being very sheltered,
Okay. Yeah.
and then again and more importantly during the war, his experience during the war of
Oh, yeah, where he
craving,
wants to die for the emperor.
craving
Yeah,
to
okay.
fight and craving to die with his
Yeah.
brothers,
Mm-hmm.
but then for whatever being too scared
Yeah.
and lying about his illness and not being able to
tuberculosis.
join,
Yeah.
and then spending the rest of his life trying
To make up for that.
to make up for that.
Yeah,
dishonesty.
that makes sense. I was also thinking it too because I was turned off also at the beginning by that title slate that comes up. Going, okay, well, you're telling us the ending at the beginning of the movie. We know what's happening now. Why do I have to watch
Right.
scenes of him in a car driving
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
now? Like,
Yeah.
I think that might have been an addition. Like the first paragraph is for Western viewers who might not know who Mishima, who the guy is. And, okay, he wrote all these things. But the second paragraph for like, oh, and he stormed the Capitol and stormed the fucking whatever and did all this and that. I think that was put there to kind of set us up, so it's not so much of a shock later,
Yeah.
maybe. But I don't know. Yeah, I get what you're saying though with the seed being planted in the war, but I didn't find it really was hammered home, maybe or.
You know,
I
because
don't
I
know,
feel like for us it might be not a big deal, but I feel like for a Japanese guy that's a fucking big deal, bro.
Oh, probably.
You
yeah.
dishonor your family.
Yeah.
You dishonor the emperor. You gotta spend the rest of your life fucking making up for it.
And then you were saying that it didn't feel Japanese.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know why. I can't describe it. I was just kind of but I mean, the first thing that made me feel like it wasn't Japanese, did it feel Japanese enough for me? The fucking narrator. I could, like, the second he started talking, I couldn't believe it. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah.
fucking normal ass, and then it was the soundtrack. Like, certain parts of the soundtrack were very, like, Western military sounding, which I don't like that much, you know?
What's a funny note about the soundtrack? Apparently they reused it for the Truman Show.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I don't know how much they reused, but apparently a lot of it is reused.
Maybe
for
that's why
the
I'm
Truman
thinking
Show.
of it, because
Yeah,
I
maybe.
fucking watched Truman Show before I watched this fucking movie, you know?
Yeah.
Another thing, I don't know. The last reason I found American was like, or like Western, I'm talking about like mostly during the color scenes that are the real world, not the plays.
Sure, yeah.
Like the reenactments of his like literature,
Yeah,
were great. Those are my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Are the four different
Stylized.
the
parts.
three
stylized
adaptations.
adaptations. They felt very play-like, very theater.
Yeah.
With the set pieces and all this stuff, and they felt very Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially the stories. Because they're his stories. They feel very Japanese. These stories.
Yes. I agree. I mean, in terms of the Japanese media I've been exposed to, all of the themes and the imagery
Yeah.
is familiar.
It's very familiar.
Yeah.
And it's if you're not used to it, it's very weird for a Westerner, you know? Especially like the first one, super Japanese shit.
Yeah.
But
because that's what I now I can agree with you, because I think the everything that's filmed that's supposed to be occurring on November 20th.
Yeah.
All that stuff feels very American Paul Schrader.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
just feels like Paul Schrader.
Yeah.
But the black and white memory stuff,
Black Widow Memory stuff was great.
Yeah.
it's almost mimicking
It's supposed to be
Ozu.
Yeah.
And then
It's supposed to, yeah.
the adaptations to me felt a lot like, I mean, Sion Sono. I always mention him. He's my
favorite.
Yeah, I love him. I
Yeah,
do.
favorite.
But this like new wave of Japanese cinema that was like super inspired by pink films,
Yeah.
and super colorful, super provocative,
Okay.
Yeah.
like anti-porno,
Yeah.
right?
I
Same inspiration, same notes I found.
Yeah, but that's just Japanese art in general, you know?
But in terms of cinema, it
Yeah,
reflects that era,
for sure.
right? So the adaptations and the flashbacks were very Japanese.
Yeah, and they're very, like, I like them because they're very theater-like. They're very
Yeah.
play-like. With all the props and all, like, when they're in the jail and he's, like, interrogating the guy in the last one.
The set pieces are fucking
Set
awesome.
pieces are fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I think that might be one of the reasons why I don't like the second reenactment that much.
Yeah.
Because I found the set pieces weren't as good as the other two.
Felt cheap.
Yeah, a little cheap in the second one.
I felt like every set was just like a cheap motel.
The last one, no.
The last one,
the
no.
third one is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Last one's fantastic.
Yeah.
First one too. First one just felt
First
like a play.
Yeah.
I was looking at
It
a
just felt like a
stage.
play. Yeah, it felt like a stage, and there's like the backdrop and whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, in the third one, when they're planning and the walls fall down and the cops
That was
run
fucking
in.
cool.
Yeah, that was
That's
fucking
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
also
cool.
love the cages when they're in prison, and
Yeah.
they're like, and then you see like all that. We'll get to that later, but you see like all the cages, and they're in the middle, and they're talking, right?
I love when he opens the cage door to keep it symmetric.
Yeah,
It's a 90-degree angle cage door. That
yeah,
was so fucking cool.
yeah. It was great. But yeah, no, like those color parts, the November 20th parts, I just found very American, and I was like, I didn't really, I wasn't really expecting it. I don't know.
Those were also my least favorite parts.
Yeah.
I will concede.
I kind of
Yeah.
felt like they were more French almost. More like a kind of run and gun.
Well, you said
Euros
cinema
or something.
verite.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it feels like, just go outside and film some stuff. Sit in the car and drive around a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that feels like Taxi Driver to me. Like that feels like
Oh,
Paul
yeah, you
Schrader.
find it. Okay, Taxi Driver I find very composed
Oh
too,
yeah,
though.
we might have to rewatch it.
Moving around. Also, fantastic soundtrack on
Really?
Taxi Driver. That's
I don't remember noticing it.
awesome.
Taxi Driver.
soundtrack.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Fucking
That's the
sick.
movie I didn't like.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I like it up until the last 10 minutes, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah, probably.
Scorsese's the most overrated director of all time.
yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
It's a cute.
We've established this, and Taxi Driver is like one of his better movies. Still,
I like Taxi Driver.
I like Taxi Driver too.
I just feel like it's overrated
It is overrated, but it's still good.
in terms of that like toxic masculinity meta.
Yeah, but it started it. That's why it's important.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. In terms of the meta, I understand its importance, but I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like it's overrated.
Did you guys see The Last Temptation of Christ?
No,
No.
That movie fucking rules.
I thought that was
That's Scorsese?
Mel Gibson.
No, that's Passion of the Christ.
Passion of
Yeah,
Christ.
that
Oh,
is-
okay.
That's stupid.
Well, it's Scorsese.
I think it's Scorsese, but it's Paul Schrader wrote
I
it.
think
Oh,
so
Paul
too.
Schrader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like Raging Bull and Hot
Okay,
Fire.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sick. That's fucking cool. For like a biblical
That's
kind
Willem
of...
Dafoe as Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like
haven't
a
seen it.
sword and sandal kind of movie.
Yeah.
Sword and sandal.
It's sick, dude. It's
I
sick.
can imagine. I mean, the way Schrader treats his protagonists,
Mhm.
tackling Jesus as that type of protagonist,
Yeah.
it sounds very effective.
Mm-hmm.
It is funny though, because like none of the actors are doing like Middle Eastern guy It's not like a bunch of Egyptian guys.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of New York guys going, "Hey, fucking Jesus, man! Come here, Jesus! What the fuck?" It's awesome. It rules.
Hey, I'm making a fucking mouse.
Yeah.
Jesus on the lake. I'm walking over here.
Guy's got like ginger hair. What the fuck you doing, man?
Oh, I haven't had any gabagool for 3 days. I'm up on this stick, bro.
You go, that sounds terrible.
Sounds fucking awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that movie's sick, dude. That was really
But yeah,
good.
and also, I'm sorry. The crack I got for the movie I got for Mishima
Yeah.
was like super low quality.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I did notice that. I wasn't sure if that was just because it came out in the 80s. Or
No,
if that
no.
was-
The problem is that all the nice quality ones on
The Pirate Bay.
piracy. You wouldn't steal a Mishima.
It's okay. It's legal in Canada. We
Yeah, it's
pirated
legal, yeah.
nationally, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
legal.
All the fucking high quality ones are like 30 gigabytes.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I have no idea. I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's weird.
And when I checked the files, like there's like the subtitle track in the movie. That's it. So I was like, what is the 30 fucking gigs over here for Mishima?
Yeah, that sounds whack.
But yeah, that's why the pirated version I got for you guys.
You know,
was,
it didn't bother me.
No, why was it there?
Yeah, but I feel like it bothered me a tiny bit. I feel like I wasn't getting the most out of the movie.
I feel like I noticed it once because I was watching it on my TV.
Okay.
I noticed it once. I was like, it's pretty blurry, and then I never noticed it again. And I was like, I'll rewatch it on my laptop or something, a smaller screen, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I never did, but it didn't bother me. I didn't really care.
It didn't really bother me that much. It was a tiny bit where I was like, oh, I could have been enjoying this movie more. Maybe if it was higher,
A little sharper.
a little sharper. Yeah.
I think because I remember when you first, I remember scrubbing through it and being like, oh good, there's embedded subtitles. I don't need to download a fucking subtitle file from the internet.
Mhm.
And I was also like, oh good, it's in Japanese.
Yeah.
And then when I finally sat down to watch it, and like you said, the narrator starts, I'm like, what? Okay, hold on.
Mishima was born in Japan. You're just like, fuck.
And then I did end up going and downloading subtitles. But then when you do that, you have, when the narrator's doing his thing, you have subtitles. But then when they're speaking Japanese and there's already subtitles, you have
It's
double the
double
subtitles, so you just can't read either of them.
Okay.
So that was garbage. I had to end up not using.
It is nice to have the burnt-in subtitles like that. I find it adds to the aesthetic.
Yeah,
I think every movie
Should have subtitles.
should have subtitles all the fucking time. If I go to the movie theater, I'd
really?
like there to be subtitles, yeah. Sometimes I almost feel like fucking telling them I'm deaf, just so they can give me the fucking
I don't
special subtitle
Subtitles,
glasses.
please.
See, I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like. I don't like subtitles that much at all.
Really?
No.
I really
It
like
removes
them.
my eye from what's happening on the screen.
I think I prefer no subtitles, but native language, so you just don't understand what's
Yeah.
going on. You can just kind of watch it.
Like even
Yeah.
when we watch like French flicks for the pod, like or like even watch French flicks in general, even if it's like super like fucking Parisian French and talking really fast, like I don't put subtitles.
I'll put French subtitles.
Oh, you put French subtitles?
Okay, now you're just fucking weird, bro.
Well, no, because I
You're just
speak
like
French. No, because because otherwise.
go read the fucking book instead, bro.
Otherwise, I'm hearing French and understanding French while trying to read English.
This
and
is how
that's
Lee,
what
this
I
how Lee
need.
watches
It
movies. She just reads the
it
script, bro.
blocks.
I get it.
Lee
I
just reads
wish
the script.
If I
to
could
watch-
just have the script, that'd be awesome. I could just.
No, you're not even watching the movie. You just have the script. That's it.
You said "were" instead of "we are." Fucking dumbass.
But no, I like subtitles. If I understand the language of the film I'm watching it in, I will use the subtitles of that language.
Really?
With getting
Yeah.
rips and stuff, I like it's kind of fun too when you have like an English movie with like Thai subtitles. Or something,
yeah, classic, bro.
This is
That's
sick.
always fun. I think I watched.
That makes it better too.
I used to have all the Sopranos in Japanese.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
The subtitles were just in
that's
Japanese.
fun.
I think I watched The Last Jedi in Mandarin.
Yeah.
Probably made it better.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I mean, I like Mishima though. Mishima's fun.
I liked it too.
enjoyed that movie. Yeah,
I
very
liked it a lot.
stylish. Very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and especially if we're gonna characterize it as a biopic,
Mm-hmm.
hands down the best biopic I've ever seen.
It's up there for sure.
I could not name a better one.
Oppenheimer was pretty good, but I think Mishima's better.
Mishima.
Oh, it's funny you say that because I think Mishima did it much better with the color black and white back and forth than Oppenheimer did.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. I thought Mishima was very clear, made sense, everything worked.
No, Mishima's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think Mishima and Oppenheimer are the only two biopics I like
Oh yeah.
that I've ever
Really?
seen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm
And
trying
I think Mishima's leagues ahead of Oppenheimer.
yeah, I'm trying to think of other biopics. I don't know if I've.
It's called The Ballad of Caspar Hauser.
Oh yeah, that's the That's one of the only Herzogs we didn't do.
Yeah. I don't know. It's too sad. I'm not big on that one. Yeah.
We don't consider documentaries are not biopics, right?
No.
So, Bohemian Rhapsody, Rocket Man, all these new wave, Elvis Presley, all those new wave musicians.
Oh, Elvis sucks.
They're all fucking garbage.
Yeah. All those new musicians coming out.
I mean, I think Marie Antoinette gets a lot of love. Sofia Coppola's biopic.
Wait. Did Andre 3 Stack did a fucking good Jimi Hendrix.
In what?
Andre 3000.
No, in what movie?
A Jimi Hendrix movie.
What's it called?
I don't remember what it's called.
I didn't even know.
You guys didn't watch it?
I didn't even know they did a Jimi Hendrix biopic.
Yeah, Andre 3000 fucking plays Jimi Hendrix. He fucking killed it.
Really?
Yeah.
I never even. Is it called?
Jimmy.
It's just called Jimmy. That's probably why I didn't watch it. If it's just called Jimmy, that's not a very. I would just think it's a movie
Jimmy
about
all
condoms.
is by my side.
I knew it was called
Oh
Jimmy.
my God, yeah.
I knew it was Jimmy, dude.
I probably just thought it was about condoms.
Oh, get out of here. What was that? Is that all I have to say about Mishima?
I don't know what else. I have notes. I thought we were going to talk more about Mishima. I quite enjoyed that movie.
No, I got my whole analysis thing. I kind of glazed over it when we were talking about the chapters, but I can go in more detail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty like, you know.
It's pretty
there.
straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward.
I agree.
I don't know here that the camera movement is it's very nicely done, where it's not like it's in your face when it wants to be in your face, but otherwise it'll do little things, subtle things that you wouldn't even think twice about.
I mean, I like the composition of all the shots.
Yeah.
I like all the colors.
Yeah.
I think they did all that very well. I mean, I think the performance was pretty good from the actors.
I find it hard to tell sometimes.
But it was hard to tell, but it was very like dry.
Mm-hmm.
At least, what's the main guy? I think the main guy's name is Ken Ogato.
Yeah.
And he plays Mishima in like the current day of the film, November 20th. There.
Mm-hmm.
And for the beginning of the film, it felt very dry. But then once he gets to like the rebellion in the general's office, it was like, okay, good acting kind of stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't feel like it was much like, I don't know. I feel like for a movie about a poet, like a writer poet, it could have been a bit more abstract and less straightforward with its plot.
Yeah, it's 1985 though.
Well, it's not fucking The Color of Pomegranates.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Oh, there's a biopic.
It's true. I did like it.
though.
Yeah, I liked it, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna claim I understood it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like borderline a biopic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Poe, that's I guess one side of the spectrum. This is the other side. You know?
Yeah.
It's straightforward and fucking you can't understand anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was saying before with the camera movement, though, some of the shots are very subtle, but very complicated to do. Like in that opening scene, he's buttoning up his jacket, crosses over on the whatever lapel, and then it goes up here. But in that, it starts on like a tight jib or tight close up, tracks back, jibs up, falls in the whole way, follows focus as it goes across, then reframes and zooms out to get the medium shot or the head and shoulder shot. So like to do that movement, there's like 6 camera movements built in, and it's a 10-second shot of him buttoning up his shirt. So like it can be hidden but still complicated, and then in your face and more stylish.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's doing both. I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
I liked the first cut to black and white
Mm-hmm.
when the narrator is saying something along the lines of "I lived a very sheltered childhood,"
Mm-hmm.
and then
It's him looking out the window.
Yeah, it's in color, looking at a young Mishima in the window, and then it cuts to Mishima's POV.
That was
in the
very
black
cool.
and white.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Because he walks past, right?
Yeah.
Older Mishima walks past, and it's in color, and then it fades out of color, and then you see the kid in the window all the way in the back. I thought it was some real Japanese Fatal Frame kind of horror
That's
shit.
cool,
But then he went in, and then it's the kid looking out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great.
You think Mishima's gay? What do you guys think?
I
so-
had the good impression he was gay.
Seemed a bit gay.
I thought he was gay before watching the movie.
Okay.
I thought it was an
With a
accepted.
name like Mishima,
No.
he must be gay.
But his novel Confessions of a Mask
Oh, okay.
is
Okay,
about
gay.
it's not about him,
Yeah.
but it's about a character who's
Guy named-
gay
guy
and
named
who
Moshima.
has to
Moshima.
who wears a mask in society
Oh,
because he's
okay.
gay. And he has another novel, something about colors. I don't remember, but he's got two novels about gay people being in the closet and hiding it from society
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's been it's like an almost accepted fact
That he's gay.
that he was closeted his whole life.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I understood from the literary community.
Okay. Confessions of a Mask makes a feature in the film.
It does, yes.
It
yeah,
does.
they shout it out. But
They showed it. They showed
I'm
the book.
surprised. I'm actually surprised by the works Schrader chose to adapt.
Oh yeah.
This tells me that Schrader has probably
That he's gay.
is gay and also liked Mishima a lot, because these three texts are by no means his three most popular texts.
Okay.
Temple of the Golden Pavilion is the most popular out of these three, and even that's probably not even in his top 5 internationally.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I feel like Paul Schrader probably has read like his entire bibliography.
That's a lot.
I mean, if I make a biopic about a guy, I'm gonna read their entire bibliography.
Yeah.
You know
What
what I
were
mean?
they saying? It was like 40 novels, 200 fucking short stories, and
Yeah.
15
It's not that. It's not that
plays
crazy of a
and everything.
bibliography.
But I mean,
No?
I was
No.
watching Richard Linklater. He presented this film to the Austin Film Society.
Mhm.
He's the director of the Austin Film Society, and they had some fucking movie event, and this was the last of the movies in that event, and he was presenting it. And he was saying, apparently Schrader famously quoted, "If Mishima didn't exist, I would have created him," because apparently he felt like Mishima was the embodiment of his ideal protagonist.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Paul Schrader was obsessed with Mishima for years before making this movie.
Because the thing is, especially like that's it's interesting you say that, because especially in the November 20th date timeline there, the color timeline.
Yeah.
You don't get much personality out of him, out of Mishima, you know.
Yeah, but I mean that's not. Although it's the most newsworthy part of his life.
No, I'm seeing like as like a character. Like I don't like it was very like I just felt like maybe it was the acting, but I just felt like it was very dry
Yeah.
and very like sterile character. But until you get to his actual insurrection of the
Yeah.
you know repurifying the Japanese military there, but like
I mean that's the Japanese resolve,
Yeah, but like I think
sure I guess so.
right?
in the scenes we see, at least, we never get like attached to him as a character.
Yeah.
But like it's kind of told to us as in like him doing joke. Okay, Ichi-ni-san, eat the fucking rice, you know, and I was going,
Yeah.
they're all laughing, and they have a few scenes where he's kind of laughing with the boys.
Yeah,
Mm.
in
He's all
chapter
like,
4.
oh, he's a nice guy. Everyone
Yeah.
loves him. He's a enthusiastic, charismatic guy. you
Yeah.
know? But we never, as the audience, get that feeling from him. through
Yeah,
the scenes we
exactly.
see.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I think the audience is supposed to get their attachment to Mishima through the protagonists of the 3 stories. You're supposed to be attached to the stutter kid, the actor, and the
other kid.
the other guy.
The Kendo kid.
Yeah, who's pretty much just Mishima.
Yeah.
Beat for beat.
No, yeah. I mean, of course you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Of course you're supposed to, but I feel like because it's like very, the actors are switching and the characters are always switching, that you don't really get that. You know it,
Mhm.
you know it's there, you know it's supposed to be like that, but you don't feel it, you know.
Yeah. I think especially
Maybe Ken Ogato in the end should have started stuttering while he's giving his speech in the fucking top of the thing, you know.
Well, I think that parallel, that connection. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the actor who plays young adult Mishima in the flashbacks,
Mhm.
when he's defected or when he's discharged from the military.
Yep.
And you see him kind of he's still in the military, but he's not sent overseas, right?
Yeah.
That actor, is that not the same actor as the actor in Runaway Horses?
Maybe they look very similar.
I don't think it is. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so then there's okay. My bad.
No, sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what more to say about this movie. Like, I'm just like, it's a pretty straightforward movie. It's pretty good. Good colors, good shots. It's like it's a well-made fucking movie. And, it's
but the
pretty
thing
good.
is, like, because the way I was thinking of this movie is if I were to make a similar movie, but let's say I chose one of my favorite authors.
Yeah.
So while watching this, I was thinking
R.L. Stein.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
No, I was thinking. My first thought was Hemingway because I feel like all of Hemingway's novels are pretty well semi-autobiographical, and you can easily pick.
Oh, it's very when you read Hemingway, it's very obvious.
Right, like especially a Farewell to Arms and The Old Man and the Sea. Those two are very obviously about him and his own experiences.
Yeah.
And you can probably easily just pick a third one and adapt that too, right? So I
Even
was
his shorts, bro. His short stories for sure.
Yes, yeah. So I was thinking, if I were to make that movie, what would it look like, and how would I do it, and all that stuff. And I think
if I were to make a Hemingway movie, it'd have the same color palette as Wake and Fright.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah,
Desert, kind of like safari man look. White beard, alcohol,
Alcohol.
shotguns.
Yeah, but what about all the time he spent in Paris?
You film Paris in that color palette.
Oh. Mexico filter on.
Mexico filter in Paris.
On Paris. What are you being real over there?
I gotta be real. Sorry, guys.
I had one note here. One thing I didn't like was the kind of obvious symbolism, though, that you see, like, in that last scene, he kind of knocks the globe over, and then we go see the globe after.
Yeah.
It's like, that kind of symbolism I'm not a fan of. It's too in your face.
Yeah, a little bit.
That stood out to me, and then, again, when Mishima kills himself, I found that shot a bit goofy.
Yes.
Racks and
Yes.
you have the strings in the back.
Yeah, I did not like that. And I found it funny, too, because when Mishima, earlier during Act 2, is in his actor phase, and he acts out that scene,
Yeah.
and the shot after, way later, at the end, the parallel shot of the main character and the runaway horses doing this seppuku,
Yeah.
those are both better
Then
than the
tight
actual,
close-up
yeah.
of the rack.
And I was like, what the hell? What's going on here?
Yeah.
I did think that was goofy, and that's like one of the main images
of
of the film is the actor with the headband screaming.
Okay.
And
What didn't you like about the movie?
what didn't I like about the movie?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like that in Chapter 2. I did not like that it felt cheap. I think kind of it might have
The
been-
play part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think maybe it was supposed to feel cheap though. What didn't I like? Honestly, I wish it was longer.
Really?
I wish.
The fourth one seemed short.
I wish there would. Fuck this. The fourth one was fine. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
need to. I don't need to see more of the fourth one.
Yeah.
I wish we would have spent more time in the adaptations
Yeah.
because those were the most interesting part. I think
Or added an adaptation.
the first. I don't know, because the first one seemed. From what I know of the text, the Temple of the Golden Pavilion, the first one seemed rushed. I feel like there was probably a lot cut out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Runaway Horses, I didn't need to see more of because it's pretty much
We get it twice. Almost.
prophesizing. Yeah, it's just so it was written and so it shall be done type of shit.
Yeah. Well, the
Kyo-
second one, you just felt like it was cheap, or is that like perfect amount of time there? Second one.
Kyoko's house, in terms of its timing, I think I just needed more of the first one, the Temple of the Golden Pavilion. In terms
Okay.
of how it works into the story and its purpose and everything like that, we got what we needed.
Yeah.
But in terms of representing the text well enough, I feel like we could have been given more. I feel like if someone's going into this having read Mishima's work and hoping for that adaptation, and this is a pretty specific viewer I'm painting, but at the same time, if it's if we're talking about the Japanese audience, that's probably most of them, because he was one of, if not the biggest Japanese author
Yeah.
for a few years. So I feel like, in that regards, there was not enough adaptation.
It'd be cooler, longer. I mean, they were the better parts of the movie,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
They were the
More
best parts.
interesting
Those and the flashbacks were the best parts of the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, the flashbacks were cool.
More blood, more blood, more guts.
Yeah, I was expecting
that
more.
that homicide suicide from chapter 2. They could have
way
fucking
more.
juiced that up,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That would have been so sick.
You know what? I almost feel like they shouldn't even shown us what really happened on November 20th. Just show us the adaptation.
I agree. I actually
Just show
agree.
the
End on that. Yeah.
Because the November 20th part stuff, like the in color November 20th stuff,
Yeah.
for me it was the worst part of the movie.
Yeah, I agree. In terms of everything.
In terms of everything, the whole movie, those are the worst parts in my opinion.
I thought there was good tension in the scene, though.
At the end, the end when they hold down the commander, and they're prepping their kind of insurrection, great tension. Because I thought I was like, okay, he's gonna kill the commander. He's like flashing his blade, gives the commander his blade. Commander takes the blade away. Like it was good. It was great tension in that part, But outside of that tension part, like from until they like enter the commander's room, from the entrance of the commander's room with his like shield society squad, up until he does the speech, that was great. But everything else outside of that little time frame, I felt like was like my least favorite parts of the movie. They're very grueling for me to get through.
The thing is, I do feel like you can't make this movie without showing the seppuku, Mishima's seppuku.
You're right, you can't. But like, ideally for me, what would have happened is that he just does the adaptation, like the what's it called?
Runaway horses.
Runaway horses.
Yeah.
And then right as the character in Runaway Horses kills himself with seppuku, that's the you get the flash of how it really happened, November 20th.
Yeah.
But that's the only part of November 20th you see is the seppuku, almost. And it like happens in parallel with the seppuku of the Runaway Horses guy. That's how I feel like it should have been done. But like, I mean, who am I to say? But like, I just found every other part of the November 20th stuff hard to get through. I was like, I like the part where he's doing photography. When he has a photographer in his house.
Okay, yeah.
And you're doing all these like black and white shots, and then he does like that shot of like that that painting.
Saint whatever.
Saint Mishima,
Saint Mishima.
Those are cool, I didn't feel like it was
He's a gay icon also, that guy?
Well, he jerked off to him when he was a kid, remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I kind of confirmed that he was gay.
You got a boner,
Yeah. My loins, what did he say? My loins puckered or whatever.
Something like this. Didn't he also say like without consciously thinking about it, his hand started doing the motion?
A motion that he's never done before, kind of like that.
Fingering his ass.
Yeah.
But
I also feel like those that photography part was not as necessary. I feel like the most necessary ones were when he had like the photo of him on the bench in the background and like the statue in the foreground.
Yeah.
And the one where he's like in a diaper holding a bow. I was like, that's so Japanese.
Yeah. Well, those.
I like the return of the diaper in the last scene. Too.
Return of the diaper. Yeah, he's got the diaper back on.
He's got the diaper.
If you're gonna commit seppuku,
wear a diaper.
You gotta wear the diaper.
Yeah, you don't want you want to be courteous. You don't want everyone else to clean up the mess after you.
But I think those scenes of him getting into modeling and getting into acting and all that stuff is to draw the parallels between his texts and his.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Right. Part of what this movie is doing is at once presenting the life of Mishima, but it's also presenting his works as semi-autobiographical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's claiming
as
that
reflections of himself.
Yeah. Exactly. So. Because all that happens in chapter 2, right? So when you have this character in Kyoko's house trying to be an actor and focused on the human body being art and beauty being art and trying to achieve.
Well, what's the first text called again?
The first one is beauty. The second one is art.
No, I mean like the actual text.
Oh, the Temple of the Golden Pavilion.
Temple of the Golden Pavilion. Okay, when the guy who stutters tries fucking the girl but he can't?
Yeah.
Do you think because the guy who stutters is also gay?
Maybe, yeah.
But then he fucks a prostitute later.
True. Never mind.
I think it might just be. I mean, he blames the Golden Pavilion for his inability to perform.
Mm-hmm.
But it might just be nerves.
Maybe. I mean, it is awesome, like the 45-second try and grab the titty.
Yeah.
It's like, that ruled.
Oh, nani!
That ruled.
Okay, never mind then. Never mind.
But I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Or
right?
do you think that maybe the stutter of the character is supposed to reflect the gayness of Mishima?
No.
No?
I think that might be a
The
reach.
gay echo. the gay.
Never
The
mind.
gecko. He's a lizard.
Do you think...
All I know is that the movie never released in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Even though it was funded,
Mm-hmm.
half funded in Japan, and most of the crew and cast are Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
It was never released in Japan because there was a large revolt from the radical right Japanese people
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the movie's portrayal of their ideals and of Mishima.
Mm-hmm.
And also Mishima's estate was heavily against the
Oh, really?
homosexual implications.
Oh, okay.
Because he had a wife and children.
Okay.
And his wife was like, he's not gay, he came inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like this movie, is what she said. That's a quote.
She's the southern lady.
You know, his dad thought he was gay.
Really?
Yeah, used to beat him for
For checking out dudes.
for writing poetry and shit, and like having effeminate.
Writing poetry's gay. There's nothing wrong with it. But
he,
I write poetry.
If you
It's
boil
okay.
it down.
No, but his dad would beat him up,
Essentially.
and like for doing effeminate things, he would say,
Yeah.
like writing books and reading and writing poetry and shit, and he'd have to like write poetry in silence, and like hand it off to his mom, and his mom would be the only one that didn't know about it.
Really?
Yeah, that's true.
It's interesting. If you talk to Hemingway, writing novels is the manliest thing you can do.
Listen, Hemingway, beating women is also the maddest thing you do in his fucking opinion, but yeah.
Hemingway's also famously speculated to be closeted.
I thought he
So,
was gay. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, who, maybe we shouldn't be comparing those two as
Comment if you think Ernest Hemingway's gay.
Comment if you think writing is gay. Does that make Paul Schrader gay?
Ooh.
We have a podcast. Does that make us gay?
Yeah, but we don't write it, dude. We should wing it.
Don't read.
Improv is gay, dude.
Improv's the strangest thing you can do, dude.
Senpuku is straight as fuck, though.
Is it, dude? You're being entered.
Yeah,
By a stick.
yourself,
You're being
dude.
penetrated, dude.
Yeah, but you're still the penetrator.
I guess. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, it's just like jerking off. Senpuku is jerking off.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. It's just as euphoric. You guys want to check out the Letterboxd reviews?
Well, let me see what I got, because
What do you got?
I've got some more detailed notes on.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I liked a lot is it was Schrader's ability to parallel the works
To life.
to life,
Mm-hmm.
even though the works weren't necessarily written during that chapter of Mishima's life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like obviously he didn't write the Temple of the Golden Pavilion when he was a child,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he did.
but
Notes.
Gay stutter, but
but he's still right, like the beauty being freedom, and having to destroy beauty for it to mean something,
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff, and then paralleled with a child trying to find his place and learning to
rub his grandmother's legs.
gaining freedom, right? Because
Yeah.
he goes to school and he's chucked in with his mother. He's not being held by his grandmother anymore.
Yeah.
So it's this child gaining freedom.
Mm-hmm. Pushes the kid, he gets confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As the temple boy is learning to somehow love and hate beauty at the same time as a means for freedom. So it's kind of where like it's achieving freedom and trying to gain freedom, both in terms of somehow using or destroying beauty or becoming beautiful or that connection. there. I felt was interesting and well done. No comments?
I don't
No
think Dante
comment.
likes the movie. I don't think Dante liked it at all.
And then, the second act was, I think, more straightforward. Art and the body. The body as art.
Yeah, that was for sure.
Right, we have all the themes of vanity and pushing the limits of masochism and suicide.
I kind of wish Ron Kar-wai fucking made this movie instead of Paul Schrader.
Oh yeah, I like Paul Schrader. I think he did a very good job directing at least.
I wish Sion Sono made this movie.
Oh shit. Give me Herzog directing it.
I wish Michael Haneke made this movie.
That'd be okay.
That'd be very different.
Oh yeah.
But chapter 2 introduces all of the conflict. It introduces the homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
It introduces the
his dishonor to
his
the
dishonor.
emperor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it introduces all
For
of those
faking
things.
tuberculosis.
And it also, I think, because this is where we get introduced to Mishima's acting and bodybuilding phase, where he's becoming more and more aware of his body's decay, and he's trying more and more to fight against it and to become art, and not just create art.
Well, it's like what he said in the, I don't remember which part, but he's like I think the narrator says it. It says that like back when in the Roman times, like the average age was 22.
Yeah.
That was a sick line.
So
Yeah.
everyone in heaven was hot.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's pretty much what he said.
You know,
yeah.
so like
And now
trying
he
to
imagines
salvage
heaven
any
as
sort
a
of
bunch
hotness he
geezers.
has.
I'm
when
supposed to
he's-
jack off in heaven with all these fucking old Japanese guys walking around.
Yeah, now everyone in heaven's not hot because they're old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat
I
up
like-
the Bronze Age.
Somebody
I
diamond
like
that
when
hot.
he says, that he tries, he
It's on his tombstone.
wants to
actually.
be the seer and the seen.
Yeah.
I like that line. I also like the line where he says, "A man's desire to be beautiful is the same as his desire of death."
But does that mean achieving beauty is like achieving death?
Yes.
Why?
Well, like the perfect harmony is supposed to be like the last note that bing finishes everything off.
Yeah.
It's the cherry on top of the climactic end.
Shit. Hotness is death. Okay.
You gotta be too hot.
The ultimate climax
The ultimate climax is being hot.
It's being hot,
is
dude.
being, yeah, I guess, being hot and dead.
Yeah.
But does that mean that? Hold on. Being hot means death.
Well, just that a man's desire, because I guess he's contrasting it to a woman's.
Does that
desire
mean to be
beautiful.
ugly is to live
No, 'cause
and
he's
not hot?
No, because he's
tortured
not
is to be
saying
ugly.
he's not saying that to be beautiful is to be dead. He's saying that a man as a man, the desire to be beautiful
It's
is the same as the desire to be dead.
same thing. Is what I said.
No, because you're saying that death is beauty,
Yeah.
but it's not that those two states are the same. Those two qualities are the same. It's that the desire for those qualities is the same.
Okay, I understand.
Wanting to be beautiful is the same thing as wanting to be dead.
That's just like wrong.
If you're a man,
That's just wrong.
well then you're not a man.
He was gay. What do you mean? He jerked off to like an apostle on a history book, bro.
I'm just saying I like the quote. I'm not saying it's
No,
right.
it's, I
I'm
mean,
just
it's,
saying
it's
I like the
listen,
quote.
it's a poetic quote, but I
Yeah.
think if you think about it enough, it's like, bro, like, if I groom myself and like give myself a nice fade, a nice shave, and shit like that, I want to make myself hot. It doesn't mean I want to die. It's not the same thing as me wanting to die, you know.
Well, no, but that's because you don't have this warped perception of what it means to be a man and what it means to be loyal.
There you
and-
go.
Right? He was a deeply disturbed person.
But
True.
you're still trying to achieve that perfection.
Yeah, it's very American Psycho way of thinking, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a very just like generic. Sorry, Mishima. Generic tortured artist.
Sure.
Kind of.
To be hot is to be death.
To be
To want to be hot is,
Yeah.
is the same thing as wanting to die.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're
Well, if trying to be hot is so fucking dreadful, just try to be ugly, and
The
then you'll
thing
be
is,
happy.
No, but he likes the death. He
True.
thinks that's
Yeah, but that's the thing.
ideal.
If you're
It's true.
if you're that,
I don't know. My brain is so
If you
fucking
live
turned
your-
off today.
if you-
Jesus Christ.
live your whole life
To be hot.
wearing a mask, pretending to be someone that you aren't,
Hot.
and living with so much regret for the decisions you've made in your life,
Hot.
and wanting to die so deeply, then I think you can
You're
erase
too hot to live.
the word beautiful from that sentence
Hot.
and just say, to desire anything is to desire death, as a man in that mental state. He just chose beauty as his vehicle for...
Because he wants to be hot.
Because he wants to be dead.
He wants to die hot.
I think, yes. But that's just because he was shallow and insecure.
Yeah. As any hot person is. And we're all hot over here.
But this is why I was disappointed in chapter 3.
Because he's not hot in chapter 3?
No, he's a good-looking dude.
Chapter 3?
I was not disappointed in terms of cinematography and
Oh yeah, no, that stuff was great.
style.
Chapter 3.
Yeah. But in terms of because the other two chapters drew such strong, interesting, compelling, and thematic parallels between life and art, and chapter 3 was like just straightforward. This is the oracle. This is the prophecy. So it was written. So it shall be done.
Yeah.
Boom. End of story.
Yeah.
I felt like it.
I
I guess.
Thematically fell flat.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I mean, visually,
It's true, yeah, but I
the
think
coolest.
the
It
visuals
compensates.
might,
Yeah.
exactly. Make up for
Yeah.
it. They're very good. It reminds me a lot of like Tree of Life or something when they're doing all the fucking stuff in this vast empty plane.
Yeah.
Going, okay, you guys ready? Okay, we're ready.
But then it's like, why? I don't know. If you have such a thematically rich first half, why choose that text? If you already plan on filming and presenting the events of November 20th, why choose a text that reflects those events perfectly?
Yeah, it does it twice almost.
Right? It seems
And even
redundant.
the dramatization one version of it is like way fucking better.
Yeah. So like either choose to adapt Runaway Horses and don't show the actual events of November 20th, cut them off early.
Or do another text
Or
and
do
then
a
do the
different
real
text.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then do a different text with less flashbacks, and then do the actual events in that style. Like you can still do the events that day stylized. Just because it's reality, you don't have to present it as reality.
Yeah.
I thought maybe the editing on it too kind of made it fall short as well. Like the amount of time we spent in the car driving around doing nothing.
Yeah.
Could
I
have
almost
been replaced with that end scene.
if it would have been Mishima, A Life in 3 chapters, I think it would have worked a lot better.
Yeah.
Where the parallels of Runaway Horses and the true events of November 20th happened back and forth instead of happening all in the adaptation world and then all in reality, because then you're just getting the same thing twice.
Yeah.
So I feel
agree.
Yeah.
Or if the climax is met
Right, exactly.
at the same
Yeah.
point, and then we see the Gold Pavilion and the dead actor, and then it's
Oh, that'd be
that
cool too. Yeah,
climax
all
at
the
the end.
climaxes all at the same
Yeah.
time. That'd be cool too.
Julia.
Yeah, Julia's loving it today.
Yeah, Julia's gay as fuck.
She desires to be dead,
Yeah.
but she also desires for beauty.
Yeah, Julia's hot as shit.
I've been watching The Simple Life with Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. It's a show from like 2003. You guys know
Okay.
that show? 2002. It's
With who?
It's
Paris Hilton?
and Nicole Richie.
She's had a few shows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, this is pinnacle television.
Who's Nicole Richie?
Lionel Richie's daughter.
Okay.
Just like a party girl.
Who's? Okay, go on.
I mean, it rules for like television, and just like I don't know why I'm bringing it up. You were saying hot before, so that's it on the show. But I recommend that show.
They desire to die.
Yeah, I highly recommend that show.
Yeah, you guys want to do a letterbox reviews? Do you have anything more else to say?
Yeah, sure, I'd love it. Thank you.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, do you want to do favorite shots first?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Okay.
Dante. Go ahead.
My favorite shot was in the Runaway Horses part when they're in like the interrogation part with all the cages,
Yeah.
and and their talking cage was like centered.
Mhm.
They have all these other cages sprouted about. And I liked it a lot too because it had like this blue tinge to it, like to the background, like the sky, the night
It was
sky.
like a smoky thing going on.
A smoky blue, like moonlit fog to it.
Yeah.
That I found very fucking Japanese. I loved it.
You're talking
With
about,
like the brown bamboo of the stuff, like it was super. Like I fucking love that shot.
you're talking like the establishing one where we kind of crane down and then we go into the cage, like we see the cages. We're going like through a hallway almost.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that is fucking sick.
Yeah. What about you, Gillum?
I mean, I saved a couple I thought were cool. This one here I thought was very cool.
Oh yeah.
Is the Japanese lady standing in front of the kind of neon window.
That's my favorite too.
Oh, look at that. We can show the effing shot now to the wide angle.
Yeah. There you go.
Sick, dude. It looks...
Wow.
So I mean that's a very Japanese shot I found, kind of neo-noir.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah,
looking
that's a nice
too.
shot.
That's kind of cool. I also saved this one. I thought it's very nice. Just,
Oh, the cantaloupe.
yeah,
Yeah.
just compositionally.
Yeah.
The green cantaloupe in the pink room with the guy in back, and he's about to get cut up, and she's cutting up the cantaloupe.
Yeah. I thought that was very good too.
Just color in this, and you have the green plant, and they're very well balanced, and you got the foreground and background, very nice. And I also picked the kind of this interrogation one. Not interrogation.
Oh, yeah,
This
that's-
is the
that's-
beginning of the third one when
Yeah.
he's still at the fencing school or whatever. Just because it's fun for the shadows.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's a nice wide shot with the
Yeah.
X,
The nice
X
square shadows. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. I mean, fucking half the shots in this movie are like
Yeah. Very very well shot. movie.
10 out of 10
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah. Good shots
Yeah,
in the movie.
It's not Hansel and Gretel get baked, but it's fucking, they got good shots.
I had the neon woman as
Standing
well,
in front of the window.
but my favorite was actually the family portrait. When child Mishima is reunited with his mother, they do a family portrait in the flashback scene. The black
Oh
and
yeah.
white.
Yep.
That was probably my favorite shot. Otherwise, the Torii Gate shots in chapter 3.
Mm-hmm. That's the
Those are just the classic
yeah.
classic images from the film, but
The
they're
one-
fucking pretty.
the ones that look like Tree of Life. Those ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the Emperor salutation when they salute the sun at the end of Mishima's speech.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only shot I felt that was in the real life, in reality zone. That was
Cool.
striking. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I
Mhm.
mean anything with blood or titties.
Yeah. The Golden
That was-
Pavilion
that
was
was fun.
awesome too. When
Yeah,
it just
everything,
opens up and he's blown
Yeah.
away by
The
it,
one where he's
stunned by
sweeping
it.
the red leaves,
Mhm.
and there's just like a sea of red leaves, and
Yeah.
But I think the family portrait is my favorite.
Mm.
It's got to be my one.
Interesting.
Yeah, that cut through the wall is also very
Yeah.
cool.
That's my second behind
Yeah.
the cages. I like the
That's-
cut through the wall a lot.
Technically awesome. I don't know how they did it.
I don't know either. With that, unless the only way I can, if it's zero CG,
Yeah.
it's got to be.
I don't know if it is zero though. It's 1985. It's George Lucas and Coppola producing.
Right.
If
If it's zero CG, I think you can do it with just a semi-transparent screen, 2 sets, and a dimmer. Right? Because
Mm.
once the brightness of the first set is higher than the brightness of the second set, you won't see the second set as much.
Yeah.
So all you need is a dimmer in the background set,
Mm-hmm.
and as you dim the light, the foreground, that screen will
Yeah.
appear more and more opaque.
Thinking how you could do it with like reflective paint also on something.
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
if you have blue light or something and then it's shining and then you turn it off, you don't see it anymore. You can
Oh, that's a good
turn it
idea,
back
yeah.
on. Something like that. I don't know. It might have been computer. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know how much
Potentially.
tech they had in the 80s.
It didn't look
Very
very
George Lucas.
like if it was computer, it looked like way ahead of its
it
time.
looked
Computer.
sick. It looked perfect.
Like
Yeah.
it didn't look like 80s
Yeah.
at all.
But
Mhm.
so I heard about why George Lucas
Yeah.
his name is attached to this.
Okay.
This Richard Linklater talked about this when he presented the film. He was saying that Warner Brothers had they dropped one of Schrader's projects, and then that project ended up making tons of money.
Okay.
And so Warner Brothers reached out, or no, it was George Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
Warner Brothers had dropped one of Lucas's early projects,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended up making tons of money.
Okay.
So they ended up reaching out to him and saying, "Hey, you know, our bad. We'd love
Yeah.
to work with you. Anything you want."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Paul Schrader has a movie, make this fucking movie.
Okay.
If you want to work with me, you make this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how they got
Cool.
American funding, and
Yeah.
that's how George Lucas got attached.
Mm-hmm. I mean, George Lucas is a pretty good producer, though. Like, maybe not the best director in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, stuff that he, like, executive produces and stuff.
I
Yeah.
mean, he knows
They're
cinema.
all very good.
There's no doubt about it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
knows cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just does not it right.
Mm-hmm. He was a producer on Ran, also. That's
Really?
Oh, yeah. Well, Tim Coppola, also. Like, Zoetrope.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ran? Like fucking...
The...
Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that movie's fucking
That's
sick.
all, they're all the same era?
I think
I
it's
thought
the same year.
Kurosawa was like way older than those guys.
He's fucking old there. He's like 80.
No, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's like
yeah.
one of his
He's
last
like,
movies.
it's like I think it is his last movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Ran.
I think it might have came out the same year as this movie.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Ran.
But it's still...
So Lucas
That's like a goat movie almost. Ran.
Yeah,
It's
Lucas
like-
and Coppola were like, let's take a break and just give people
Yeah.
money.
Well,
a
they
year.
were like...
it's
we-
same year. Yeah.
Yeah. They were
Huh.
like, we stole all the other stuff from you already.
Yeah.
Pay it back.
Let's
then-
give it.
And
let's
Akira
give
Kurosawa
Japan
was-
some love.
Was 75 when Ran came out.
Cool.
Damn.
He's old, yeah.
But Ran is sick, though. Ran is fucking good.
Oh yeah, but Ran is like bro, Ran is like the greatest epic fucking movie ever.
I've only seen one Kurosawa flick.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Guess.
Throne of Blood.
Yojimbo.
Was it really?
Throne of Blood, yeah.
Hey, first
That's-
guess.
That's the one.
So
that's
you
the
haven't
only-
seen Yojimbo?
No.
You haven't seen Six Samurai?
Seven Samurai, no.
Seven Samurai?
It was a prequel.
To Yojimbo?
No, it's a Six Samurai. So
Oh.
So you haven't seen Ran then?
No. I've
Ran
seen
is fucking
anything
good.
but Throne of Blood.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Yojimbo might be the best one, though.
That or
Yojimbo's-
Seven Samurai?
Well, we talked
Yeah.
about Yojimbo when we
Yojimbo's
did.
sick.
When did we talk about that?
Any Western movie, probably.
I think it
I
was
would have
Tarantino.
brought that up.
We haven't done Tarantino, have we? But I think we probably talked about Tarantino when you told me about
Something about
Yojimbo
that.
because that blood splatter.
Oh, yeah.
is
Oh,
from-
Harakiri.
Mm-hmm.
That's Harakiri.
No, this fucking...
But you're talking about like when he slices him, and then it's the first instance of the hose breaking there?
Yeah,
and
that's
it blows
Yojimbo.
up.
No, that's Harakiri.
Nah, it's fucking...
That's Harakiri, no?
No, fucking... What's it called? I
It's
forget
definitely
what
not Harakiri. I'm almost positive it's Yojimbo.
It's not Yojimbo. It's for sure not Yojimbo. I've watched Yojimbo a million times.
But yeah, I don't remember what.
Sanjuro.
Sanjuro.
Sanjuro,
Yeah. I don't remember what we were talking about.
Sanjuro.
I don't even know if it was on the podcast. We talk about movies
Maybe.
all the time. It could have been literally any time. But
Of course, I was fucking good. That Throne of Blood is a sick movie, though. That's a very...
I loved it. I mean, I wrote
Typical
my final essay. I took a class on Shakespeare adaptations
Yeah.
because Throne of Blood is just Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite Shakespeare adaptation of all time
Mhm.
Yeah.
because it so effectively draws like it because every other Shakespeare adaptation is Western.
Yeah.
This one is so Japanese.
Yeah.
Like it takes the three witches, the three sisters, the
Mhm.
fates,
Yeah.
which has this deep rooted connection to Western civilization and it's got some pretty deep lore in
Mhm.
Macbeth in terms of Western civ. And it's non-existent in Throne of Blood. It's all just Japanese
Wow,
parallels.
I think Throne of Blood is one of the only Kurosawa films I haven't seen.
Dude, it's so
Throne of
sick.
Blood is
It's
good.
so
Yeah.
sick.
Like I used to like because I grew up watching Japanese stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like both my parents were big into Japanese. I mean, you guys know me. I'm fucking Buddhist shit everywhere,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But it's like I grew up watching anime and shit like that because my dad watched it, you know. But so I had all the Kurosawa movies on DVD. I had like my mom has. I think she still has the collector edition of Seven Samurai.
That's sick.
Cool.
And we watched like a Lone Wolf and Cub.
Okay, yeah.
The old black. Yeah, you know what that
Yeah,
is.
I know that.
You know you got.
No.
You'd fucking love it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's like this old black and white like Japanese like movie thing where it's about this samurai guy who goes around with this little kid, lone wolf and cub kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it used to be like this like it was like super like it's like really like important Japanese like literature kind of stuff like old shit, you know?
That's Kurosawa?
No.
No.
No,
No.
who did lone wolf and cub?
Oh, I don't know. There's like 20 of those movies, though.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
wolf and
What's the other
cub.
one? Blind Swordsman?
Yeah, it's an OG manga series too.
Okay. It's just one of those like folklore tales that have been adapted.
Yeah,
ad
exactly.
nauseam. Okay.
Wolf and cub.
fuck, he's got tons of good ones.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what I was getting at with that. Yeah, I haven't seen the with Throne of Blood.
Would recommend. Camera movement alone is fucking like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
Yeah,
you
no, I'll
can't
watch
get
it.
better.
I'll watch
Yeah.
it for sure.
It's so tight and crisp and perfect.
Damn.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Oh, Kurosawa was good though. Kurosawa was fun.
I'm surprised we haven't done.
Kurosawa was good, bro.
Yeah.
Kurosawa was like the GOAT, bro.
yeah, but I mean, yeah,
He's like a top 10, top 5
we
director of all
haven't done
time.
any big movies.
It's
though,
true.
really.
Yeah, it's true. We haven't done any Tarantino.
Yeah.
We haven't even done Kubrick, and our fucking club
Well,
is called Monolith.
They seem like
Yeah.
they're too talked about almost.
I agree.
You
There's
just
nothing to
go
say
into,
anymore.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
We could always do like a pod on the like a one pod retrospective.
On just everything they've done.
Yeah.
Just a director.
Just talk about them, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. Well, we did that for Lanthimos.
Yeah. His movie. Have you seen anything about it? It just came out on the 15th of
Oh, yeah?
December. Poor Thing. It's with
Okay.
Emma Stone again.
Okay.
That looks fucking cool.
Mm.
It looks
Yeah.
really,
Okay.
really
We
good.
could do like tier lists too.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be funny.
We got some video views. Anyways, you guys want to do some letterbox?
Yeah, we
reviews?
can hit up the letterbox
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Okay, let's pull out the letterboxed.
Your battery's looking a bit low here.
Mine?
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's 0 minutes.
Should we? We'll cut. We'll be back after the sponsor with some letterbox reviews. Letterboxed.
Letterbox
Welcome
reviews.
to the podcast Letterboxed.
I was telling Dante before when we were on the commercial break, I don't know if these reviews are going to be any good. I find Letterboxd is almost more for...
There's 16,000 reviews.
Yeah, but I think they're all going to be fucking guys going, oh, the movie's good, I like the movie, the movie looks good.
Uh, Jake wrote. Let's see what Jake Cole. Pro membership.
Hold up. Guy's name is J. Cole.
Jake Cole. He's white.
Is it okay?
He's from Atlanta. Anyways, his favorite movies are The Red Shoes, The Green Bay, Playtime, and Artificial Intelligence.
Okay.
Okay.
Not the best list in the world.
No. He said to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote, Killing Yourself to Own the Libs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone else, Ayana wrote, Ayana's favorite movies are...
Wait, how many stars did they give it?
4.5. Jake Cole gave it 4.5.
Okay.
Ayana, her favorite movies are The Chungking Express, Asako, Good Morning, and Dream. So this is a Japanese
Heavy list?
Yeah.
heavy person. Gave it 5 stars. And they wrote, This is beyond my brain capacity and it's impossible for me to say anything eloquent, but my God, is it beautiful. Sure.
Paul Schrader is my favorite Japanese director.
Is that Yasujiro Ozu?
Yeah, Schrader Paul. Son.
Well, did you find anything interesting?
Well, let me read. So I don't know if you guys know Karsten Runquist.
I don't think so.
He's
What'd
a
you
big.
fucking call me?
He's a. He's a big film YouTuber guy. He's got
Okay.
a film podcast as well. He's a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
But he's for years he was the most popular Letterboxd
Oh, yeah.
account.
Okay.
He might be the reason Letterboxd is big. Letterboxd succeeded.
Okay.
So I can read his review. He gave it 5 stars, 5 out of 5.
Wait, which one is he?
Karst.
Okay, yeah.
Karst
Sure.
is his profile picture is just the color green,
Sure, yeah.
or I think it's green.
Yeah, no, I see it. Yeah.
So he said overwhelmingly beautiful to a point where I definitely owe it a revisit because before I could fully digest one line, we were on to another, even more layered piece of writing. Maybe one of the best written films I've seen, one of my new favorite endings, and easily my new favorite score. I am so late to this train, but Paul Schrader is the frickin' man. So it's interesting that he shouted out the writing and the score, 2 things we felt were not so great about the film.
I like the score. Score's good.
The score was good. Dante thought it was too American.
I thought it was too Western.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The writing isn't his.
No.
It's Mishima's writing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's good. He's a fucking best-selling author.
Yeah. I don't even think Paul Schrader adapted it either. I think it's adapted by a Japanese guy.
Oh, yeah?
Paul Schrader just
Oh, yeah?
directed. I believe so.
It's possible. That's one thing. That's one thing about a lot of movies and a lot of directors and a lot of, people when they talk about how much they like certain pieces of media or whatever. It's like you know, when people like, especially this is especially so with Scorsese, people fucking love Scorsese movies.
Yeah.
But last I checked, Scorsese's not the only person that made those movies.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, and especially Paul Schrader, because by the time Paul Schrader is making, no hate to Paul Schrader, because he is a good writer.
Yeah, he is.
Paul Schrader rules.
But by the time he's making Mishima, he's a Hollywood guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got anyone at his disposal to make to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, no,
right?
but what I'm saying is that, like, you know, he didn't, like, a big part of what goes on in the movie is in the writing, especially in the non-visual stuff. Oh, Julia might knock down the Samsung cam over here.
Uh-oh.
She's sniffing it out. Okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of what people like in movies is like the visuals of it and the writing.
Yeah.
Last I checked, the director doesn't do the visuals as much, and sometimes doesn't do any of the writing. You know, so it's like people give I feel like in general a lot of movies people give a lot of directors too much credit.
Yeah, I mean all of Scorsese's best films are not written by him.
Taxi Driver's fucking written by fucking Paul Schrader.
All of yeah.
Raging Bull's written by Paul Schrader.
Yeah.
And those are two of his best movies.
Yeah.
They're better than Goodfellas.
Is Silence written by him?
No.
So, there you go.
Okay. but I'm just saying like, you know, all these Scorsese heads and stuff like that, like people we argue with about Scorsese, it's like, you know, Scorsese's best movies weren't fucking written by him. They might have been directed by him. But, you know, it's a team effort, and it's like, you know, people like a big part of what goes on in a movie is the writing, and a big part of what goes on in a movie is the cinematography, and you have a cinematographer and a writer there in your movies also, not just the director's not fucking doing all of it, you know.
Depends on the director.
Silence.
It does depend on the director, but I'm saying you gotta take that as like a case by case basis. Almost.
Yes, of course.
There are different. There's like the two kind of different streams of direction also, where like there's the actor director that does more like a play where you're dealing with the actors, and more the kind of emotion.
Like a Tarantino.
No, I'd say he's more of a camera director.
Okay.
Like Clint Eastwood.
I guess, yeah, something where it's more personal, smaller scale things usually, more about
Noah Baumbach.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, stuff like this. Not
stuff like this.
Yeah, not big epic productions with a lot of movement and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I think Scorsese would be more in the camera director than the emotion.
Yeah. Sure.
But even I mean, there's no way in hell Terrence Malick doesn't decide what every shot looks like. Right?
Yeah, you know, kind of. Still, you know.
I mean, he's the editor too, though, so I think he gives fucking that
there you go.
Eastern European guy the camera and says, "Go film for 2 hours, and I'll cut it."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's go lowest first over here.
I'm just looking at pop. I'm gonna try and find So there's a lot of 5-star reviews, for sure. I mean, watch a man pursue the purest form of beauty, yada yada yada. A lot of guys just sucking Mishima's dick.
I wonder about that one. Are they talking about Mishima or Paul Schrader?
Oh. Watch a man pursue the purest form of beauty in words and images.
Oh, so because Paul Schrader's doing the exact same thing.
In the human body.
Oh, he was naked while he directed.
And for the briefest moment in love.
Oh.
There's no romantic scenes with Mishima in this.
Grabbing a boobie.
But that's not Mishima.
Oh, no, not with Mishima. No, with his alter ego.
Right? He talks to his wife once, and it's about picking up the kids from school or some shit.
Yeah.
Was
that his wife on the phone?
I assume so.
That's fine. I thought it was like the maid or something.
I assumed it was his wife.
Did you pick up the kids? Yeah.
I don't know. I assumed that was his wife. Before he switched to outright violence and destruction, then he ceases to be a man and becomes the very embodiment of his ideas. It doesn't get more poetic than this. Philosophy and aesthetic above all else. Very long parentheses.
1 star. He
proves this by wearing the Japanese flag on his forehead. Whatever. His emperor is the sun. Okay, he's just summarizing Japan and the rest of this. Not a good review, I don't think.
No.
The guy likes the movie. It's not his favorite. His favorite movies are Electric Dragon 80.000 V. Some random fucking Japanese. All of his favorites are Japanese films.
A lot of people that like this movie are like their favorite films are Japanese.
Japanophiles.
Japanophiles, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting that too, and I think that's interesting too because Japanese people haven't seen this movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Just white people don't like.
It's
Japanese
not.
cinema.
It's not really part of the Japanese film canon. This movie.
No, not at
It's a
all.
Western film.
I consider this a Western movie.
Yeah, it's a Western movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
what's the most popular low star review? I wonder. Because I can't sort by review popularity and by. Oh, here we go. Sort by review popularity, rated in range being half star. Done. What's the most popular half star review? It's in Russian.
Julie's going nuts today.
She's having a hard time getting down. That's why.
Okay, here's the most popular half star English review.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'm gonna help my cat. Hold on.
Oh, you're all together?
No, I'll get the cat.
Well, she can get down when she wants to. I think.
No. She's a dumbass.
Do you think she's stuck?
Yeah, she's kind of stuck.
Technical,
Yeah.
feline difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
jump down here.
getting,
Jump down there. Come on, have a good time.
we getting the cat down.
What?
Yeah, grab her by the scruff.
There you go.
Oh, show the camera.
So. Okay,
Fuck, I moved the camera.
this is that's okay. This is the most popular half star review
Okay.
by someone named Meherazul Azim.
Okay.
What?
Japanese guy?
Favorite movies Lost in Translation.
Okay.
Also Japanese. Not really, but also a Coppola.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mirror.
Oh, okay, I like Mirror.
Andre
Russian.
Tarkovsky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mirror's good.
That's one of my
Your
fav-
Name anime. You seen?
This is a diverse fucking.
Have you seen Your Name?
I have.
Because that
And
shit's
the mirror.
fucking
The mirror is
good.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
And Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Fell down at the end.
Fell down, but this guy definitely likes.
No, Eternal
Depression.
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a decent movie.
This guy definitely romanticizes depression.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is interesting that he rates this half a star. He says, I checked the dates on all the 5-star reviews to make sure they weren't posted in April.
What?
That's his review.
April Fools.
Oh.
Apparently, a lot of people genuinely like this movie. Some of my favorite critics gave it a full score, which is fine. People are allowed to like what they like, watch what they watch. The thing that unsettles me is that I just don't get why some people like this as much as they do. In parentheses, before I go on, I did actually enjoy the 3rd chapter, which is another way of saying I disliked 3/4 of the movie. Also, I'm not mad.
Pause.
Yeah, hold on a second. We got a full card here. Goodbye, see you.
We're gonna cut the commercials again.
We can let it roll here. Technical difficulties round 2.
Yeah, we've been lacking. Hard.
It's the cat's fault again.
Yeah, it's the cat's fault.
Blame the
100%.
kitty. But let's take this opportunity to appreciate the merch.
Oh, check it out.
Just pop a squat on the table. Merch. We have merch. Fuck.
What's
If you
up?
want merch, fucking tell us.
What's up?
We'll get you some merch. Don't be shy. It's not that expensive. How much for a shirt?
Don't worry about it.
This card's giving me a hard time.
Should we just leave the dead air in?
Yeah. Oh, okay, no, hold on a second. I figured out how it works. Oh, fuck off.
This is a true test of the audio quality of my camera.
I think it just died maybe 2 seconds, like during that fucking read.
Yeah. Should I read it back from the top or what?
No, I think it's okay.
Read it from where?
You could just cut off after. We use the camera mic.
Oh yeah. Just fuck it. Alright.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Dude, this fucking card is working.
Should I keep reading then? No.
No, I'm too frustrated. Okay, yeah, this card doesn't work.
Maybe it's full?
No, this one's all fucked up. I'm gonna throw this one out. This one didn't work. Is that a spare one, Lee? Do you mind if I grab that fucking one off here?
Yeah, it's in my camera bag, but it's full. I mean, it's got our last podcast on it, so I'm like,
Oh, this will be like half, not even half.
okay, yeah,
It'll
toss
be
it
like
in then. Toss it in.
100 mags.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, this will probably get cut out. Where'd you put it?
Front pouch, front little pouch. There's a little SD card pocket in the top right.
Ah, cool. Fuck, there's gonna be a lot of cards to go through.
Yeah, put them all in one bag.
Yeah.
Make sure you know which ones have the good shit.
Oh, you know what? It won't let me do it unless I format the card. Never mind.
Oh, there you go.
Alright, well, we'll finish with the mic, camera, fucking...
No, well, we gotta you gotta have a. How many cards do you have? You can't just format one.
Well, both of the ones I had... Or I can use this one, actually. Fuck this stuff.
Well, don't we just recorded the entire podcast with that? You're gonna format it.
I forgot you gotta format them. Oh my god. What a nightmare.
We need your POV of you saying that.
Can we transfer this on your computer, Dante?
I don't have an SD card reader. We could record off my phone.
Oh, and just do the audio like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how bad could it be?
No, that'll be fine.
Record.
What a nightmare.
Voice record. What the fuck are these? I have so many voice recordings. What the fuck? Oh, IMCA. Yeah, that's from my IMCA class. MP3?
Yeah.
Alright.
Nice.
Alright, recording.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
Apologies for the. Oh. So as I was saying, it was half-star review from this gentleman. In parentheses, he says, before I go on, I did actually enjoy the third act, which is just a way of saying that I didn't like 3/4 of the movie. Also, I'm not even mad. I'm not sure why he specifies that.
Okay.
Now I think he is mad.
Yeah.
I wanted to like this movie. Paul Schrader, yo. So you could do, I'm simply disappointed.
Would you call me?
Yeah.
I understand that.
Mishima, in quotations, is art. Without a shadow of a doubt. But for me it falls within the realm of bad art. At least from a moral standpoint, if not a technical one. It just doesn't do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
How is it morally bad art?
Not really sure.
How can, is that, in terms
I'm not sure morally bad art is possible.
That's what I was about to ask. In terms of the theory of aesthetics,
Yeah.
can art be bad on the terms of morality?
No, beauty is beauty. That's the
Right?
thing,
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
I think he's talking more maybe the message of the plot.
But then he yeah.
I think he's getting that confused.
I guess so.
Yeah, it should be objective in the end.
This guy, Savvy Bulge,
Ooh.
whose favorite movies are No Country for Old Men,
Good movie.
U-Turn, Midnight Run, and Flirting with Disaster,
Oh shit.
starring Ben Stiller.
Mm.
He says, "Goddamn, Coppola, Lucas, and Schrader, you'll no doubt recognize the score. Yet, total horseshit.
Yeah, I don't know about
And
that one.
in subtitles, no less. The guy hates subtitles. But you had to figure, right? The Letterboxd Peanut Gallery loves it, and Criterion Collection bought it. That's his review.
Okay.
So this guy's just a hater
Yeah, I
of,
guess.
of foreign films. It
I don't
sounds
know how
like.
you don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't get it really. I don't know how it's not
Yeah.
craft and artistic. That's funny.
It's not even that artistic of a movie. It's like a pretty normal movie.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
but the craft of the set pieces and maybe the style,
Oh.
the surrealism.
Sorry, we did our set pieces from Dollarama, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of the half-star reviews are sarcastic, like, "Oh, grandiose biopic masterclass," or like, "Oh, Paul Schrader's the best," or
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, a lot of them are in Russian too.
I know. Yeah, I know a lot of the reviews on this movie are
I don't
Russian.
get it.
I don't get it either. Schrader isn't a Russian name.
Mishima, maybe?
Duh.
I mean,
Duh.
Russians like Japan,
Yeah.
I think. As far as all the Russians I know,
They touch.
I mean, who doesn't like Japan?
Their neighbors.
that's true. Korea, yeah.
Yeah,
Korea.
Yeah.
Oh.
China, probably.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not saying anything about the people of those places, but the places themselves, maybe.
Okay, this Letterboxd is going nowhere, I feel.
I agree. I agree. So let's hit it with our own reviews.
The the real reviews, the ones that
Yeah.
count.
That's
They
it.
teach the letterbox boys a little fucking bend over and how
That's
you
it.
do.
That's it.
What do you think, Dante?
I thought it was a good movie. But, you know, like I said, those things I said earlier, about it not really feeling super Japanese to me and kind of feeling very Western, where I feel like it would have been a stronger movie if it was very Japanese. 7.5.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, yeah, that's
7.5.
more than I was expecting you to give it, given
My complaints?
the conversations we've had. Yeah,
No, 7.5.
Okay.
Well.
What do you think, Lee?
I was gonna give it an 8.5,
Oh.
bordering on 9.
Oh.
It's not perfect. I mean, it's a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an amazing movie. I think visually, it does everything right. There's a few things I would change, but all around, I don't think there's much to complain about. So I'm close to a 9 out of 10. I don't know if I want to give it a 9 out of 10 though. So that's
Yeah,
why.
it's not like Barbie.
That's why I'm leaning more towards a 9, an 8.5. I think.
8.5?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna meet you guys right in the middle. I'm gonna say it's dead 8.
No, there you
Call
go.
it an 8.
Fucking do it.
There you go.
We'll just split it right there.
So
That's
the
good.
official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Official Monolith Pod rating for Mishima, Life of 4 chapters, is an 8 out of 10.
Bit of a pretentious title, though. I don't know how you say it.
It is kind of. I think it should have just been just Mishima.
Mishima, yeah.
Mishima.
Yeah.
something
Probably.
like that. Or
A life
Jimmy.
in Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I think. Yeah, a life in 4 chapters.
Rub my legs.
I don't know.
Oh.
What?
I don't think it's that pretentious.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
that bad.
No, you don't think?
No.
I mean,
Look,
it's not
Color
bad.
Pomegranates is like insanely pretentious. Title.
Even the Tree of
You
Life,
find
I
the
think, is
copy.
more pretentious than
Then
Mishima Life.
Life
Mishima
of
Life
Fortune.
in 4 chapters is just straightforward.
Yeah, I
I
guess
guess
so.
so.
It's the
Yeah.
life of Mishima in 99,
4
presenting
chapters.
it in 4 chapters. It's not that, you know.
Hi guys, this is my presentation
Yeah,
on
wait,
Mishima.
wait.
This is 4 chapters.
Yeah. PowerPoint style.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our review of Mishima, Life of 4 chapters.
It's pretty
Official
good.
Monolith
Yeah.
rating 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Yeah.
Which, to remind you, our rating system, a 5 is perfectly average. So anything above a 5 is good. Like 6 is good, 7's like pretty good. 8 out of 10 is a must-watch movie. Definitely should watch this movie. It's pretty good, very entertaining. It's a good balance of artsy and entertaining.
Oh,
I agree.
It's
Yeah.
a very good balance of it because it's not too artsy, but it's artsy enough for you to feel like it's deeper than just a fucking movie. You know?
But I do think if you're a popcorn viewer, skip it.
maybe, yeah.
Sure.
Might be a little,
Yeah.
Skip
a
it.
little tough.
You know, like if you like.
If you like
fucking-
action and blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
if you
and-
like Marvel movies, if you like.
If you're watching movies to be entertained,
I'll go watch Raging Bull or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
But if you like film or literature.
Watch a Herzog movie.
If you like Hertz or literature, you should definitely watch it.
But it's good. No, it's good. If you like, yeah, no, it's good. I mean, Paul Schrader he's a good little guy.
He's a good little guy.
He's a good little boy.
Good
I think,
little
you know,
boy.
he's a good little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing, I think.
Yeah. I
Funny
think so.
too. And you know, he watched his first movie when he was like 17.
Really?
You're a
was-
fucking weirdo.
He was like raised in like this super like I don't know if it's evangelical, but like some sort of like hyper
Oh, yeah.
religious household. He wasn't allowed to watch movies, and then eventually when he was like 17, he defected and watched
Mm-hmm.
a movie, and then
I wonder what the first one was.
changed his whole life.
Yeah.
Imagine it was just like fucking
Sex drive.
Remember me?
Team America.
No, Notebook. When he was 17, what year would that have been? If he made this in 85.
Like 1960.
The Party.
Shaft.
Shaft for shit. It's gotta be Shaft, dude.
Shaft would have been good.
I don't know what
Shaft.
I don't know what it was, but he liked it enough to change his whole life. So
Yeah, well,
Definitely
worked
Shaft.
out for him, yeah.
Definitely
Thank you, Shaft, for this movie.
Thank you, Chef, and thank you guys for listening, watching our podcast. Catch us everywhere you can get your podcasts.
Instagram, YouTube, your fucking...
Literally any social media, we're there. Except for like maybe Vic, which is like Russian Facebook, but like whatever.
We're getting on it though.
we're not even on American Facebook either.
Yeah, well, we're coming to Facebook. We're new to Facebook.
We're alright, maybe.
And we're gonna have merch. We have merch drops every so often. Yeah, this is the Cannibal Holocaust one. That's like this is the normie one. Merch. If you want merch, just hit us up on Instagram. DM us. We will read our DMs. Comment, subscribe. Like I said, follow us anywhere you can get podcasts. And if you have a movie you want us to review, let us know.
Yeah, make sure it's fucking good though, or else we're not answering.
Yeah, exactly. Bye.
Monolith.